The world of cinema feels a little dimmer today. Terence Stamp, the magnificent actor, passed away on August 17, 2025, at 87. His piercing blue eyes and commanding presence left an indelible mark on film. Stamp could convey a universe of emotion with a single glance. His legacy is a treasure trove of performances that will captivate audiences for generations. From heroes to villains, he brought a unique energy to every role. His name became synonymous with quality and old-school star power. As we remember him, we celebrate the power of film to make people immortal. His characters live on. Terence Stamp was a true original, and his light will never go out. Terence Stamp's story began in the heart of London's East End, a place teeming with life, grit, and the dreams of working-class families. Born on July 22, 1938, he entered a world on the brink of immense change, where the cobblestone streets echoed with the footsteps of people determined to survive and thrive. The East End was a tapestry of cultures and stories, and it was here that Terence's own story would take root. Raised in humble circumstances, Terence grew up amidst the shadows of war. The resilience of wartime London shaped his character, as he witnessed the city's spirit endure through nightly bombings and daily hardships. The community pulled together, neighbours helping neighbours, and young Terence learned early on the value of perseverance and hope. Early hardship was a constant companion, but it forged in him a quiet determination. The scarcity of post-war years taught him to appreciate every small joy, and the challenges he faced grounded his performances with a rare authenticity. Even as a child, he stood out for his resolve and his ability to find light in the darkest of times. As a young man, Terence took a job in advertising, a practical choice for someone from his background. But the world of business could not contain his restless spirit. Drawn to the stage, he began auditioning for drama school, chasing a passion that had quietly burned within him since childhood. Winning a scholarship was a turning point. Suddenly, doors that once seemed forever closed were flung open. The scholarship was more than just financial support. It was a validation of his talent and a sign that his dreams were within reach. With courage and excitement, Terence left behind the familiar streets of his youth. He stepped into a new world, surrounded by fellow dreamers and artists. In the theatre, he found his purpose and his tribe, people who, like him, believed in the transformative power of storytelling. The boy who had survived the Blitz, who had walked through rubble and hope in equal measure, was now on a path to stardom. His journey was not just about personal ambition, but about honouring the resilience of his roots. Every audition, every rehearsal was fueled by a deep passion and an unshakable belief in the power of dreams. Terence's story became a testament to what can be achieved when talent meets tenacity. Throughout his career, Stamp's East End roots gave him the strength, humility, and authenticity that defined his performances. His journey from the bombed-out streets of London to the world stage remains an inspiration, a reminder that greatness can rise from the humblest beginnings. Every actor has a breakthrough. A moment when the world takes notice and the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. For some, it's a slow burn, a gradual climb. But for others, it's a single, electrifying role that changes everything. For Terence Stamp, that moment arrived in 1962 when he stepped into the shoes of Billy Budd. The film, adapted from Herman Melville's novella, was a sweeping maritime drama, and Stamp's casting was a bold choice for director Peter Ustinov. Ustinov saw something special in Stamp, a rare blend of innocence and intensity. On set, Stamp's presence was magnetic. He brought Billy Budd to life with a performance that was both ethereal and deeply human, capturing the character's vulnerability and quiet strength. Critics and audiences alike were captivated. Stamp's debut didn't just impress, it astonished. His portrayal earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, as well as a Golden Globe, an extraordinary feat for a newcomer. Practically overnight, Terence Stamp became a sensation. The world was suddenly aware of this striking new talent, and his face graced magazine covers and film posters across continents. Off-screen, Stamp was part of a new wave of British actors who were redefining cinema. He shared a modest London flat with Michael Caine, another rising star, and together they navigated the exhilarating, unpredictable world of 1960s film. This group of young actors, talented, stylish, and unafraid to break the rules, became the faces of a cultural revolution. They brought a fresh, modern energy to the screen, challenging old conventions and inspiring a generation. In Billy Budd, Stamp established his screen persona. Intense, sensitive, and magnetic. He showed audiences that a leading man could be vulnerable and complex, not just heroic or handsome. With every scene, he proved he was more than just a striking face. He possessed a profound depth and a commitment to his craft that set him apart from his peers. That first role was more than a debut. It was a declaration. It set the stage for a career defined by brilliance, versatility, and a willingness to take risks. From the very beginning, Stamp's promise was unmistakable. Over the decades, he would fulfill that promise again and again, leaving an indelible mark on cinema. Terence Stamp's arrival in the world of film was not a quiet entrance. It was a thunderous roar that signaled the birth of a true star, one whose light would shine for generations. After his breakout performance in Billy Budd, Terence Stamp's career took off like a rocket, propelling him into the heart of one of the most exciting eras in British cultural history. The early 1960s were a time of transformation, and Stamp was perfectly poised to become one of its most recognizable faces. Stamp quickly became an icon of swinging London, a city alive with music, art, and youthful rebellion. He was seen at the trendiest clubs, mingling with artists, musicians, and models who defined the decade. With his sharp style, striking blue eyes, and cool detachment, Stamp embodied the effortless charisma that so many aspired to. He was photographed in the latest fashions, setting trends with every public appearance. He didn't just follow the era's look and spirit, he helped define it, becoming a symbol of youthful confidence and modernity. Stamp's film choices were daring and unconventional. In the chilling psychological thriller The Collector, he took on the role of a deeply unsettling villain, shocking audiences with his intensity. His performance was haunting, proving he could bring complexity and depth to even the darkest characters. Whether playing angels or devils, heroes or anti-heroes, Stamp demonstrated a rare versatility, captivating audiences with every transformation. Off-screen, his high-profile romances with supermodel Jeanshrimpton and actress Julie Christie made him a fixture in the tabloids, adding to his mystique and allure. On-screen, he continued to impress, starring in the sweeping adaptation of Far From the Madding Crowd, where his brooding presence left a lasting impression. He also collaborated with visionary director Ken Loach on Poor Cow, further cementing his reputation as an actor unafraid to take risks. Stamp was more than just a leading man. He was a chameleon, a character actor, and a style icon, all rolled into one. His presence on the red carpet was magnetic, and his filmography grew more impressive with each passing year. As the 60s roared on, Stamp helped shape the unforgettable spirit of the decade, influencing not just film but fashion, music, and the very mood of the times. The decade made him a star, with his face gracing magazine covers and his name celebrated in headlines across the world. But it was Stamp's remarkable versatility, his willingness to take on challenging roles and reinvent himself, that ultimately made him a legend, one whose influence would echo far beyond the 60s. The late 70s brought Stamp's most iconic role, General Zod in Superman and Superman 2. With aristocratic menace, he created one of cinema's greatest villains. His chilling command, "Kneel before Zod," became legendary. Stamp's Zod was intelligent, ruthless, and unforgettable. He brought Shakespearean gravitas to the role, elevating the entire film. This comeback introduced him to a new generation. Even those unfamiliar with his earlier work knew and feared General Zod. Stamp turned a comic book villain into a benchmark for cinematic evil. His performance remains a masterclass in villainy. Stamp constantly reinvented himself, never more so than in The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, 1994, As Bernadette, a transgender woman, he brought dignity, grace, and humanity to the role. It was a bold choice, showcasing his empathy and range. Stamp's performance was subtle, moving, and deeply authentic. The film became an international hit, and his portrayal earned critical acclaim. He proved that true strength in acting lies in tenderness. Bernadette became one of his most beloved characters. Stamp's courage to defy expectations inspired audiences worldwide. Stamp's curiosity led him beyond Britain and Hollywood. He worked with visionary directors like Pasolini, Theorem, and Fellini, Spirits of the Dead, embracing avant-garde cinema. These roles cemented his reputation as a serious intellectual actor. In the early 70s, disillusioned, he stepped away from film and sought spiritual growth in India. Living in an ashram, he found new purpose and perspective. This hiatus recharged his soul and shaped his later work. His return as General Zod was triumphant, now with added depth. Stamp's journey made him not just an actor, but a seeker. Off-screen, Stamp's life was as rich as his filmography. His romances with icons like Jean Shrimpton and Julie Christie added to his mystique. Later, he sought quieter companionship, marrying in 2002. Beyond acting, Stamp was a gifted writer, penning memoirs like Stamp Album and Coming Attractions. His books offered honest, witty reflections on fame, love, and self-discovery. Writing revealed the thoughtful, intelligent man behind the screen persona. Through his words, he connected with audiences in a new way. Stamp's legacy extended beyond film. He was a storyteller in every sense. Terence Stamp's career spanned over 60 years, leaving an indelible mark on cinema. He was a chameleon, saintly sailor, supervillain, romantic lead, and more. His work is a testament to versatility, intelligence, and artistic courage. Stamp's characters became part of our cultural memory. He inspired generations of actors to take risks and stay true to their craft. His films remain a source of fascination and joy. Through his books, he shared his journey with humor and wisdom. Stamp showed that true stardom is about quality and longevity, not celebrity. The boy from the East End became a cinematic legend. Thank you, Terry, for everything.